Good day everyone, we are Group 1 from BSCS 2A. For our CS 212 subject, Algorithms and Complexity, we are proud to present our learning task focused on the greedy algorithm. This project, titled Supermarket Simulator, Application of Computer Science, is a simple yet practical simulation of how cashiers handle change. It showcases how computer science concepts can help improve real-life systems, particularly in retail. So this Python program is like a mini version of what cashiers do every day. It uses a greedy algorithm to figure out the exact change to give back to a customer using the least number of bills and coins possible. So instead of giving a bunch of small coins, it tries to use bigger denominations first. Aside from that, the code also includes a fun simulation of a typical workday showing how many customers you can serve in 8 hours and how much you could earn if you made money per transaction. It's a cool way to see how algorithms can be useful in real life.
Hello, I'm Carl Gerard and I'm going to explain this Python program code. It's all about computing the exact change for different transactions using the least number of bills and coins available. I'll walk you through the code and explain what each part does in simple terms. So let's start. So first one is a list of money available in the cash register box. So this line here defines the available denominations in the cash register. Um, They are listed in descending order so that the greedy algorithm can use the highest denomination first when calculating the change. Second one is the list of transactions. So right here we define the list of sample transactions. So each transaction is a tuple containing the two values, the price to pay and the amount to pay by the customer. This will be used later to compute the change. So next is the function to compute the exact change using the least number of bills. So this defines the function compute change that calculates the exact change to be returned. It starts by calculating the change amount, rounding in it to two decimal places to avoid floating point errors. A variable remaining, it keeps track of the money left to break down, and breakdown will store how many of each bill or coin will be used. So this one is the function uses a loop to go through its denomination in the money list. So it checks the how many times its denomination fits into the remaining change. So if it fits, the count is added to the breakdown dictionary. So and the value is subtracted from the remaining. The rounding ensures precision with syntable values. So this one, after the computing the full breakdown, the function returns the total change and detailed breakdown of how it will be given using the fewest bills and coins possible. So next one is the simulation to better understand and visualize how the program works. So this line here, it prints a header to for clarity before the program begins displaying each transaction results. So next is the work conditions in income simulation. Right here, the code is simulates a full workday, assuming a cashier earns up 50 pesos per customer, handles one every 2 minutes, and works 8 hours a day. So it calculates the maximum numbers of customers that can be served in a day and the total income generated. So next one is the process and print results for each customer. So right here is a loop process each transaction. It calls the compute change function and prints the transaction number, price, payment received, and total change to be returned to the customer. So this loop right here, it prints its denomination using the breakdown. So it checks if the value is a coin or a bill. Then display the quantity used. So it also keeps a running total of the items used. So after the breakdown, um, the program prints the total number of items used to give the change. This one helps to visualize how efficient the transaction was. So last one is the summary of the workday. So for the visualizing and reflection. So finally, the program prints a summary of the day, including the number of working hours, customers served, and total earnings.
Customer change breakdown. This section display a detailed breakdown for each of the five transactions listed. The structure of output per customer is first, price to pay. This is the cost of the items. Second, payment received. This is how much the customer paid. Third, change. This is the difference between payment and price. Fourth, breakdown. A list of the denomination used to make the exact change using the list number of an item. Fifth is total item use. This is the number of bills, coins that are returned. Example analysis is customer number 1. Price is 1,724.75 pesos. Payment is 2,000 pesos and change is 275.25 pesos. And it will show the breakdown. Total item use is 5. Why it works? The algorithm starts with the highest possible denomination and subtracts from the total until it reaches 0, giving back change in as few items as possible. Each customer goes through the same logic. In daily performance summary, this part gives a reflection of an 8-hour workday performance. Working hour is 8 hours. Time per customer is 2 minutes. Customer service for 80 divide 2 is equal to 240. Earning is 240 multiplied by 50 is equal to 12,000. Why this is useful? Because this simulates productivity and revenue for a day of cashiering using a algorithm, making it not just about correct change but also efficiency and profit.